Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the delegates who have joined in from various parts of the world today for the World CIO 200 2021 Roadshow West Africa edition. Today, we are here to celebrate the amazing lives of CIOs of West Africa and their career span. And on behalf of Global CIO Forum and my entire team, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all today. As we all know, established in 2017, the CIO 200 is a multi-country felicitation ceremony that recognizes the achievements of the digital leaders of today. And just a reminder, again, it's not a competition, but instead it is the celebration of the amazing CIOs. In 2021, the Roadshow is touring 36 plus countries. And after the completion of the virtual Roadshow, the CIO 200 will be culminating at the grand finale held in UAE. This would be a face-to-face edition wherein the top and selected CIOs from these 36 countries will be flying down, and we can't wait to see you there. In these 2 days, the CIOs and other partners would be engaging in knowledge sharing activities, peer-to-peer networking, and matchmaking, and learning more about global practices in technology and much more. On that note, it gives me great pleasure to call upon Ronak Samantre, CEO of GEC Media, to present the welcome note.
Hello, everyone. A very good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone who has joined today for the CIO 200 Roadshow in West Africa. So after a successful league in Middle East and East Africa, we are here today in West Africa to have some really good, insightful discussions and knowledge sharing in terms of the IT landscape in this region. So first of all, thank you to all the sponsors who have been supporting us all throughout this roadshow, and we cannot thank them enough to be a part of this. And definitely after today, we will have some really good CIOs who will be joining us in the grand finale in Dubai, which would be December 5th and 6th. So thank you, everyone, and congratulations in advance to all the winners today, and all the very best to all the speakers who will be giving some insightful thoughts today. Yeah. So thank you once again. My name is Ronak Samantrai, CEO of GEC Media Group. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ronak, for presenting the welcome note. The journey would not have been possible without the support of our sponsors and partners. So a big shout out to all the partners in the journey of West Africa edition, including Veritas, BMB, and Laserfish. Now, I would like to call upon our opening keynote speaker for today, and it gives me great pleasure to call upon Shimilis Legacies, CIO of Dashan Bank, to share his viewpoint on World CIO 200 Country IT Outlook. Over to you.
Thank you very much for inviting me really to share my view on transformation of Africa. My name is Shimalis Legacy. I am from Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Dashan Bank CIO. And currently I am oversee all the technology related initiatives and operatives and strategies as well. And I am leading close to 5 departments, which is under my direct supervision. This is the IT infrastructure department, and which is mainly focused on the overall infrastructure related to network, storage, computing infrastructures, data centers, and other IT operations under his this department. The other department is applications and the support and development department. This is mainly focused on core banking and the software development of the bank, which is directly reports to me. And again, the ERP and the related back office solutions also under the management of this department. The third one is the system security department, as this is also covered the overall technology, both physical and the logical security aspects of the bank. And the other department is database and MS or analytics. These are heavily work on database, middleware, and analytics solutions, which is including the reporting and the AI as well, which we are planning, but we are not yet started. And the last one is digital channels and platforms. So this is, again, one of the departments which is working on online banking, card banking systems, and all digital aspects, including platform, which is we are working on. And there are two senior divisions which are, again, report to me. One is the IT project management and the standards. Overall IT-related projects is managed under this senior manager, which is report directly to the CIO. The other one is, again, a senior manager, IT service delivery management. So in general, this is the overall of my leadership from the bank side. As a CIO, I am directly report to the CEO as well. So this is all, and thank you for inviting me, for giving my view. So if you are allowed me to share my view on the African transformation in general, the first thing is, in my opinion, is the transformation required for Africa is really, it is about data these days. Because as we are well aware, many companies are managing huge data. There are large transactional data we are managing from day to day, and huge transaction is coming to, say, the bankers and even any other companies as well. So the challenge is we are not been utilizing this data to the level of expected. So we are storing it, but unless otherwise we are processing it and properly analyze it, we cannot bring even transformation. So the first thing is really we have to worry and work on the data sources as well. Really, as Africans, we do have really the right data sources, which we are already considering. These data sources are, again, it might be from different areas, and including the formats, how the business is capturing these data. So data is one of the key areas that we have to be focused in order to transform Africa in general. We have certain limitations in order to really capture this data. Some of the countries may not have the social security number, the primary key infrastructure, especially for tracing an individual's customers. If you take a bank, a single customer can be registered at different branches of the bank. However, this is a single customer, which can be counted as one, but we are duplicating this customer and counting in a different approach. So we have to be focused on the data-driven technology, and the data is one of the areas that we have to be look in the transformation of Africa. The second view I have is in terms of process automations. These days, process automation is, again, it's very crucial, because as we learn a lot from the COVID teach us a lot, because we are not ready, but COVID forced us to work, some of us from the home, from different corners of the world, and we are not being ready for that, and there is a lot of challenges happening during that time, because most of our process is manual, and due to this reason, we are forced to really challenge, and even the company's profitability, sustainability, all these things is questioned for 1 week or 2 weeks. However, the process automation is we have to be identify all our business process, because once the business process is identified, we are properly automate this process, as this is, again, one of the contributions and for the enrichment of the data-driven journey as well. So automation, it has to be one of the key focus areas. It can be by the internal team of the bank or by the internal team of the companies, or there should be again another areas that we can also outsource. So this will be start from maturing and really maturing the business requirements as well. Once the business requirement is get matured and the process is get automated, it helps the banks in terms of reducing the cost, say in terms of reducing the number of staff, which is killing their time, wasting their time in day-to-day in processing of reports and processing of manual operations. If it is get automated, that should support the banks and support the companies from different aspects as well. So process automation is the area we have to give due attention. And the other one is, I believe, is the next we have to be highly focused on is on the digital payment and the contactless environment. This will, the COVID again teach us, because while the COVID is get introduced, there are many customers which they are not being encouraged to go to the ATM machines and the POS machines, any physical devices, including the branch. So as these days, digital payment is one of the core, because earlier time a branch is considered as one of the banking centers, which is operating many payments, transfers, and many interactions as well. But these days, the transformation is already on digital payment systems. This has to be well standardized. We are not being just counting the digital channels itself, because now it should be beyond that. We are mainly focused on the number of channels, the number of transactions we are made, but this is not mean that is important for the Africans these days. It should be beyond that. That means it should be interactions rather than transactions. And our digital channels has to be consistent. That means we have to be introduced the omni-channel platform. That means the services has to be the same across all, whether it is in branch, whether it is in ATM machines, whether it is in POS machine, whether it is online bank, wherever the same. So we have to be standardized and we have to be create a resilient. That means a omni-channel platform across Africa. We have to be interconnected each other as well. Now, every countries are isolated from the itself, and all are digitalizing or focusing on the digital payment. But now that should be beyond that. For instance, in the case of Ethiopia, I hope you are here now. The Safaricom is already start operations in the telecom in Ethiopian industry. This should be again one of the next disruption areas that is help the banks has to be rethink out of the box rather than following the current approach. And the digital payment is the contactless is, of course, it is the current trend. We have to again focus on really revising our specifications as well. We are just taking all specifications, say, working for the Western, and we are trying to adopt it here in Africa, but that could not be. So we have to be really focused on the areas that has to be tailored for African business and how the Africans is going to be interconnected each other. And the customer has to be get access from anywhere, anytime, without any challenge. So that we have to be expected from us to be work more from the digital aspects. And the other thing is, in my view, is consolidation is one of the transformation agenda we have to be considered. That means when I am talking about consolidations, there are various systems we have in the bank, say, but these systems are, some of them are standalone systems. They are not been talking with other systems as well. We are again working with large number of vendors, but we have to be consolidated and creating a partnership with those solution providers which really meet the visions, missions, and even the aspirations of the company, especially from the banking side, where previously heavily focused on the core banking solutions and other bank of solutions, including ERP. And when you come to the front office, it is digital is come into picture. That means online banking and the card systems and many other systems we have. But we have to be consolidate all these service systems. That has to be act as a service. Say, if the business is demanding today for some solutions, and this solution is going to be implemented, say, the business is asking me today afternoon, maybe I'm just giving them after a month, after 2 months, and the like. This is very costly because the service, the systems you have already built is not being consolidated and it is isolated. So we have to build a digital platform with that which is acting as a service. Otherwise, we cannot be compete with the rest of the world. And this is some of the areas which I'm really, we have to be focused in terms of consolidations of the digitals. That means for the front office, and again, for the digital, again, for the back office as well. And again, for the middle systems, including those which are supporting integrations as well. So we have to be identify our application portfolios. Those application portfolios really can be bring together. This should reduce cost in terms of investment and reduce cost even in terms of infrastructure deployment, procurement, and the like, even upgrading as well. So these are some of the areas really we have to look into considerations. And the other thing is, I hope this is again one of the key transformation agenda. We have to be focused on cloud initiatives because we Africans we are not been producing, especially we are not been manufacturing servers. We are not manufacturing PCs. We are still not outsourcing from the rest of the world. This will again impact the project type, as well as it is a heavy process even for the procurement team as well. It is impacting the project as well. But if we are really look for those areas which can be covered through the cloud aspects, that has really bring a significant cost advantage in terms of reducing the cost. And again, it is again reduces the projected time. In terms, that means is the go-to-market strategy of the banks, especially in launching, in promoting their products and service. Otherwise, say we are waiting in current practice of Ethiopia, if we can say plan to procure a server, it might take 3 to 4 months. This is ideal. That means a practical example I'm sharing you, but this is really something which is cost us in terms of deployment, in terms of implementations and the like. So for me, if we are really focused in multi-architectural cloud, that could be private, could be on public as well. That has even an advantage of in our next upgrade, and in terms of those resources which I have already mentioned, even in terms of the people that is administering that areas as well can be managed. So this is some of the transformation areas we have to be work together. Say banks are building their data centers independently. That means in a different in individual basis, but they can be cooperate together, and really they have to build together in some of this area when we are cooperate and collaborate again versus competitions. But these are some of the areas. And again, the last point I can mention is about the refocus on the cybersecurity. The cyberspace is heavily now is broadened. And again, we learned a lot of challenge from the COVID as well. Recently, there are a lot of day-to-day incident is happening from the cyber spaces. This could be from internal, and again, that is again from external as well. But we, as Africans, we are really requiring, this is one of our transformation agendas. We have to be strengthening our people. There should be a serious strike balance between process, technology, and people as well. Unless otherwise we are heavily working on that areas, unless otherwise we are working on people, unless otherwise we are awareing and teaching, unless otherwise we are segregating duties and roles of the staffs, employees, and those who are stakeholders engaging with us. And these are is a very key area. The same thing, we have to be very work on the process as well. If the process is get automated, there should be a possibility to be controlled by the system as well. And rather, there are various solutions and technologies which are capturing and managing these security gaps as well. So in my opinion, this is one of the big challenge. This is one of the big areas the African has to be taken as a serious initiatives as an agenda of transformation. Because these days, business can be disrupted. Say, if we can really think for the cloud as well, this is something we can gain as an advantage. However, there are a strong challenge, a strong attempt for those of cloud service providers as well. So, and again, finally, we have to be heavily work on the availabilities of the infrastructures as well, because infrastructures are key for the applications, for all those initiatives, for all applications which are running on. So these days, customer has not been waiting, say, for a minute in case the service has get down. You have seen last week when the Facebook is get down for 6 hours. So how much it is been challenged. So these are some the key points which I am considering for our key transformation agendas that Africans has to be considered for their journeys and attentions as well. So this is something I can raise, Rowan, for my view from the transformation in Africa's point of view.
Thank you, Shimilis, for the great insights and takeaways for our delegates joined in. And on that note, I would like to call upon Mr. Olatunji Kehinde, Country Manager, Veritas Technology. He'll be sharing further knowledge about Technology Outlook 2022. Over to you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Olatunji Kehinde. Thank you very much for being here. It's a pleasure to be able to present to you what we at Veritas call enterprise data services, and to tell you more about our company and the solutions that we provide for our esteemed customers all around the world. So Veritas is a privately owned data management company trusted by 93% of the Fortune 100 companies and 87% of the Fortune 500 companies globally. This is a very diverse set of customers that are across diverse industries that have different data requirements, and we provide a solution to help their business to continuously run. One of the key pillars of our solutions is business continuity, helping our customers keep their mission-critical business services always on and operating and performing functionally. It's not just enough for your service to be on, it is essential for it to perform and deliver the expected outcomes to customers. Especially now with this pandemic, we see that the expectation for service and for online delivery has heightened and increased. Also, one of the key pillars that Veritas provides is helping customers protect their data, regardless of what data they have, regardless of where the data is located, and making sure that data is recoverable regardless of whatever has happened. That is essential because today there are different kinds of threats in the enterprise workplace, from ransomware to malicious attack, but an enterprise depends on data, and it's essential that your data is safe and recoverable at every point in time. And one of the things that we do is that we give customers peace of mind with the solutions and products that we provide to ensure that not only is their data safe, but also that they are able to meet legal and regulatory requirements when required upon them, because governance has become a very important part of the enterprise workspace in the last few years, and organizations can be called upon to provide data within a moment's notice for employees that have been in their service or have even left their service. They are expected to provide data of transactions that occurred with them several years ago. So what we do is to help organizations across diverse industries to protect their data and to have a unified approach instead of using point solutions for each environment. What we try to do is to help them to have a strategy and have a standardized enterprise data services that work together intelligently. So from data protection, from compliance, from availability, we provide you a set of enterprise data services that ensure that regardless of what environment you are working in, whether on cloud, in-premise, or a hybrid of such, your data is available, your data is protected, and your data is meeting with the required compliance that is required in your industry and in your country. So that is what we call Veritas Enterprise Data Services. A suite of solutions put together that helps our customers to be able to be agile and protected and proactive. As we engage customers in different industries, one of the things we see is that about 53% of customers have been hit by one form of disruption of an or the other within the last year. And the total cost to business is about 20 billion of ransomware attacks and other forms of disruptions within industry that causes downtime. One of the things we do is to help our customers be able to be resilient against ransomware attacks and to ensure that they don't have to pay ransom if they are attacked, and they can recover their data confidently. And these are the concerns that our customers tell us when we engage them. How do we protect data everywhere? How do we keep up with the threat actors? And what happens when an attack penetrates? These are the things that we do. We help protect customers against with our products, our net backup products mainly. And we also help those that use cloud. It's not a question of whether you use cloud anymore these days, it's how you use cloud and how many cloud solutions you are using. So we know that most of our customers have expanded their cloud consumption and cloud infrastructure beyond their original plans within the last 12 months. About 80% are now consuming multiple cloud solutions. How do you ensure that you have data protection across your multiple cloud? How do you ensure that you have standardized visibility across all clouds? How do you optimize your cloud cost and be able to reduce that cost and not just have a spiraling cloud cost that is continuously increasing and affecting your bottom line? 83% of our customers admit that data management silos inhibit their ability to address compliance, and lack of visibility compounds the risk of being able to provide information when it is required by authorities. It is one thing to have data, it's another thing for you to have visibility and to have that data accessible in a timely manner when an inquiry is required. So what we help do is to provide solutions that help you prepare for an audit, that helps you to retain what is important, that helps you to filter your content quickly when you need it. Another things that we see is that a lot of people are looking for ways to cost in cloud spending, because most people spend about 80% of our customers that we talk to spend about 20 to 50% more that they should on cloud, because there are so many data silos. There are a lot of inefficiencies across multiple cloud usage. We have the tools that will help you give you reports and insight into your cloud habits and how you can lower costs by eliminating waste and simplifying your consumption, and how you can automate a lot of the manual processes that waste time and cost money. So 100% of the CIOs are concerned about these 4 topics mainly. How to achieve ransomware immunity, how to optimize cloud cost and effectiveness, how to satisfy all compliance requirements, and how to reduce total cost of ownership. And these are the 4 pillars of what our Veritas Enterprise Data Services addresses. We're building a platform that will not just help customers in one environment, but across their entire IT landscape, wherever that IT landscape is located, whether in cloud, on-premise, or on the edge. And we know that IT is very complex. And these are some of the questions that our customers worry about. Where is my data? How is it protected? How fast can I recover following a ransomware attack? Am I compliant to data regulations? Am I resilient against cloud outages? How do I realize a multi-cloud strategy? How do I eliminate dark data? And this is what we do. We provide you solutions that improve availability, that improve data protection, and provide you insight into your data, your assets, and actions that you can take to improve. So what Veritas Enterprise Data Services does is to abstract you from the complexity of IT, which is a very wonderful patch of different solutions and products to deliver services. But we help you simplify and deliver consistent outcomes to your business by providing insights, by providing availability, and by providing protection. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olatunji, for the amazing session. So with that, I would like to invite Imen Hiberi, CTO of RoboCare, to take over and share insights on leadership in post-pandemic across border view.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my session. I'm Dr. Imen Hiberi, RoboCare CTO and expert in digital transformation. Thank you for having me, and it is a huge honor for me to be part of this special edition. Agricultural field is an exponential market since global population is growing and food production demands is increasing. RoboCare introduced digital tools to overcome this exponential growth in the food needs. Digital transformation in the agricultural field help to stimulate innovation and sustainable agri-food system. Consequently, agricultural transformation is a priority for the policymaker in Africa to meet the challenge of food insecurity, unemployment, and economic growth. In Tunisia, digital transformation is driven by the Minister of Industry via the initiative toward Industry 4.0 in Tunisia. Consequently, many SMEs are adopting new technologies and benefits from digital transformation to optimize their production process, to be more efficient, to have more competitive product in the local and in the international markets. These SMEs are supported to adapt this digital transformation. The process starts by diagnostics, where the SMEs know their digital maturity to digital transformation. Then the output of these diagnostics is identify the pilot project that the company starts with. After the implementation of the pilot project, the employee and the staff become more familiar with the digital use case that help to draw the roadmap of the company and help it to duplicate this project to the entire company. Nowadays, digital transformation become a necessity, not just an option. This digital transformation drive business in different fields such as electrical, mechanical, chemical, textile, or agri-food. RoboCare is introducing the new technology, the digital technology in the agri-food sector. We empower greenhouses growers to monitor their crop state in real time. We scan all the greenhouses plant using hyperspectral and multispectral cameras. Then we use AI algorithms to monitor the plant stress and when they show the decrease in the photosynthetic activities. That empower greenhouses to be more productive, sustainable, and help growers to manage disease risks. Using this digital platform, a grower will use less and less chemical product, and that will protect the crop and the environment. In fact, greenhouses are a great way to produce high quality and quantity of crop all around the year. But this special environment is humid and with hot temperature that help to propagate disease. The main challenge of our greenhouses is to manage the disease propagation in a sustainable way. Now, to protect their crop, they continuously use pesticides as a preventive and curative intervention. But extensive use of pesticides damage both plants, consumer and the environment. In addition, farmers are forced by government and consumers to use less and less chemical products. TomaCare is a digital monitoring system for disease detection at very early stage. This is based on AI algorithm. It captures the plant signal that are not visible to the human eye using hyperspectral and multispectral cameras that allow monitoring with high accuracy plant stress and decrease in the photosynthetic activities. We provide dashboard to farmers, alerting them when the infections are still manageable and supporting their decision making. In conclusion, using digital transformation, farmers can reduce pesticide use, protect plants, workers, consumer and environment from pesticide damage, and provide healthier vegetation. According to our first experience, we believe that digital technology will contribute to fostering the Tunisian and the African economy. SMEs have to adjust to this new reality. Digital transformation is a mindset. SME staff should understand why they should migrate to this digital transformation and what reason behind.
Thank you, Imen, for the wonderful session. With that, we move on to the next session with the Kogomotso Mantu, Infrastructure Manager, SIDA, and he will be sharing further light on 2021 outlook. Over to you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Kogomotso Mantu. I'm the IT Infrastructure Manager at SIDA, which is Citizen Entrepreneurial Development Agency here in Botswana, Gaborone. Let me first of all express my profound gratitude to Global CIO Forum for selecting me as one of the speakers for this year's CIO 200 Roadshow. And I'll just share with you on the topic on Africa IT transformation outlook, CIO point of view. First of all, let me talk about what the pandemic has brought out to Africa and the world at large. And now the environment which we are in, that we are operating in, is a volatile one, and we need agile strategies that will ensure that the companies are able to meet their strategic objectives and even still make a profit nonetheless of the pandemic. First of all, let me also talk about my company, which is CIDA, briefly, so that we can appreciate what we've done so far. And for the past 10 years, in terms of digital transformation, in terms of adopting various technologies that are of high benefit to the organization, and in turn also benefiting the various customers and stakeholders at large, including the Botswana country that we serve. CIDA was formed in 2001 and is a development financial institution targeting small, medium enterprises to a very street worker on the road selling sweets. So those are the customers that CIDA intends to help with access to funding or finance, and including business and mentoring. So as an IT expert within CIDA, I've been tasked in helping CIDA achieve its mandates to help citizen entrepreneurs in order for them to realize their dreams, and in turn contributing to our GDP, economic growth for our country. Then the topic for today, which is Africa IT Transformation Outlook, a CIO point of view, is that there are so many things that have been happening, especially for the past 2 years, considering what the pandemic has done. And coupled with the Industrial Revolution 4.0, this has powered the rise of digital business. And our agency as CIDA was not left behind in terms of adopting the various technologies that will be customer-centric, that will also drive service excellence, because for us to compete, we need to serve our customers better. And in order to do that, because of the pandemic and people working from home, with all the challenges that have been brought up by the pandemic, more I'll also look at especially one project that I recently implemented, which is the unstructured supplementary service data, the USSD, that will also allow, that is allowing customers to check their loan balances, to service their loans through card payment or through the mobile money pocket. So those are some of the digitization projects that the company has embarked on. I'm very proud today to share with you that I managed to implement this during this COVID period. And to share with you, the consultants never set foot here in Botswana. They did everything remotely, and that is the power of technology for today. That's nonetheless a success story, but still on the pipeline, because now our strategic direction as the company, as the country is on digital transformation agenda. We are looking at ways that we can encourage our customers, our employees to be innovative, to come up with innovative ideas that can help and also give us a competitive edge from our competitors. So the agency has been blessed to have transformational leadership. Those people, the people that embrace change and who are eager to see and harness the benefits of technology. More especially now today, we are talking about fourth industrial revolution, that is talking about business intelligence, that is talking about artificial intelligence, that is talking about Internet of Things. So it's very, very important, and also to note that key decision makers also should be the agent of change. They should be ready to embrace change. They should only 4% of the 1.3 billion population has been vaccinated. Why is that so? While other continents have got more people having been vaccinated for the COVID-19. It's because Africa has always been the last child in the family. But it's high time that we change this. And these are one of the challenges, not only in relation to health, even to technology. We are seeing the challenges of high internet cost. We are seeing unreliable to no power. We are seeing also even accessibility. There's no inclusivity. We are only now having internet access or even resources available to people who are in the urban areas. Now we are leaving people outside the urban areas. That is, the technology is not inclusive enough to include the underprivileged, to include the disabled, to include the girl child, to include women as well. Also, we look at the mobile network penetration. Earlier on mentioned about the USSD project that looks at using your normal phone to check your loan application to service your loan. But you need to have a mobile phone. But if also look at Africa at large, the mobile network penetration has been low. And at some point, people at the rural or at the very remote areas, or what we normally say rural term as rural areas, they have no access altogether to mobile networking. They have no access at all to even radio frequency. They don't even know what is happening in the outside world. But how are we going to achieve a digital transformation if we are still having those challenges in Africa? It's a mountain to climb, but it's for us Africans to see ways and also to encourage our government, our leadership to do something in that regard. Infrastructure development is very important, that now we have the network improved across the country, across the continent, for everyone to harness what the technology is bringing along. And other aspect which is very, very important is the change management. The technology has been adopted at a slower rate, but thanks to COVID, because now everyone realized that everything we need technology. For us to work from home, to do remote working, we need technology. For us to attend meeting, we need remote tools like Teams, your Zoom, and others. So COVID has also brought the bad and also brought the good. The good thing is that it has brought the urgency or the speed that we need to adopt technology. We also don't have skilled manpower in Africa for IT-related roles. But like I said, it's for us to urge governments and also other stakeholders to come forth and play a significant role in ensuring that we do have skilled manpower, and also to encourage. It's also very important that we've seen big companies like Google and Microsoft coming on board to take African child to offer tuition, to offer training on various technologies that exist. That is the right step in the right direction. And I also would like to commend all these multinational companies, not only those two that I've mentioned, but various multinational companies that are doing a lot in order to ensure that the African child is taught and the African child has access to various technologies and knows how to apply those technologies in order to improve the lives and the businesses of Africa, and improving the businesses will in turn improve the economic outlook of Africa at large. Nonetheless, there's been other success stories that I can share with you that have also happened in terms of the topic that is before us, which is Africa IT Transformation Outlook. You will see that most of the population of Africa is a youthful generation. And these are eager to, their uptake on technology is high as compared to middle or even older generation. So that is a plus for Africa to have a youthful generation that are tech savvy. They want to know what is happening in the world. They are also being able to be programmers for tomorrow. And we are looking at CIOs for the next generation. And apart from that, Africa is also harnessing on the fourth industrial revolution, what it has brought about in terms of business intelligence, artificial intelligence, and the like. And we are also now saying, okay, let's adopt what we call a customer-centric approach. Now what we are doing, any technology that we are coming up with is geared to help customers at large. Now we want to bring the customer more closer to us than before. And a happy customer will always come back. So even these technological advances that we are coming up with, they are geared at helping our customers. We are driving service excellence. And the IT transformation, the digitization and the digitalization roadmap or agenda is geared towards helping the customer. And we are moving away from being reactive to being proactive, now to being an innovative continent, to be an innovative expert, or we can say an innovative nation or continent as Africa, to come up with specific technologies that can help Africa at large. And I will say the future looks bright. The future looks bright. Before we're talking about the traditional post. Now the traditional post has transformed. Now it's no longer the sending of letters, putting on a stamp. We are having access to internet from the postal services. We are now talking about able to do payments also through the post office. So that is the transformation that is really giving us hope that if the postal services were able to transform from the normal traditional postal services to the digital post office, it gives us hope as Africa that tomorrow holds something which will be better, and we'll enjoy the benefits of having this transformed continent of ours, of Africa. And my agency was not left behind in terms of also transformation. We are now, like I said before, we are looking at customer-centric tools or services. CIDA at large, it's looking at having an online banking platform that will also help its customers. It's also customer-centric in terms of that now, with the pandemic, we didn't expect customers to walk in because of lockdown, because of international travel ban, which also affected the consultants and also to teams to move around. We needed to come up with or to be innovative around these problems and come up with measures that can be done and also to rescue the situation. Another thing is that the agency, or even what we are seeing within African continent, is coming up with memorandum of understanding, memorandum of agreement with other companies. Because this is not a one-man show. We need other stakeholders to come on board and help us. CIDA is a development financial institution. It needs to work together with university so that we are talking about transformational leadership. We need to train people, we need to train our people so that they can be at par with this technology. They can be innovative enough to solve African issues. So there are memorandum of understanding that are put in place so that these things can be achieved, so that we can tap on other people's advancement in technology. And also what the CIO Forum is also doing is that it's bringing other digital leaders together so that we can influence each other, we can integrate, we can share ideas. And also as African leaders in the digital landscape, we need to come together and share. And it's much appreciated that the CIO, the Dubai CIO Forum is doing this, so that as Africans, we can share our success stories, we can share our challenges, so that at the end of the day, we come together and bring the best for this continent. I will say the future looks bright for African IT transformation. And not only that, we are going, as the world is now becoming a global village, that is, we can also tap into technology that is also in Europe, that is in America. So thank you so much for listening. And thank you so much, CIO Forum and the CIO 200 and all the associated stakeholders. Have a good day.
Thank you, Kogomoto, for the amazing session. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we move ahead to awards distribution and a little bit more information about the award categories. As you know, we have 4 categories, namely Legend CIO, the Lifetime, which is the Lifetime Achievement Award, Master CIO, who has an experience of more than 15 to 20 years and unparalleled technological experience in the career lifespan. The Legend CIO, who has an experience of 10 to 15 years and multiple domain expertise. The Next Gen CIO has an experience of 5 to 10 years and has undertaken mammoth projects in a less span of time. Now with that, let's go ahead and see the winners of West Africa edition. Congratulations to all the winners. With that, we come to the end of the wonderful West Africa edition. Once again, we would like to thank all the speakers and panelists who embellished this event with their presence. A big shout out to our partners, Veritas, BMB, and Laserfish. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you on our next round. Till then, good day, stay safe, and stay secure. And stay tuned for more, and see you soon. Thank you.